Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Um, Decided to go live briefly here to talk about some stuff I've gotten recently and kind of somewhat about what I'm planning on doing in the near future of my channel. So we'll talk about some mint products like these. These were from a mint set, 2000 P&D. One thing I did get recently, which, hello dolls. Dolly, how you doing? One thing I did get recently, which is a mint product thing, is one of these. Now, my coin dealer and I had an interesting discussion with him and a few customers. Let's talk about, because I said something about people sending stuff like this to get it graded. Well, maybe not this one, but uh, other coins and getting them graded, and taking 30 days to get them back or 90 days. And he was saying that his turnover on his stock that he has there usually is 30 to 60% a week. That means every time he buys something, it's gone within a week or so. And it didn't take long for him to go through this. He had this and a Denver one, and they're both gone. Now, the Denver one was a little bit scratched up on the face, which was, yeah, I don't know what this one will come back if I graded it. Probably won't bother. It doesn't appear to have any marks on the coin, though. It's the San Francisco one. It's pretty nice. Now, I did buy this from my jeweler who also deals in coins and stuff. Half-ounce silver round for $12, which these fractionals usually run more than that. So I was like, well, gonna get that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the thing I did get. You might have seen a picture on my channel. I'm not going to show all the packaging because it's big. The packaging is. But I am going to show you this 50th anniversary Kennedy half dollar silver coin collection. And in it is a reverse proof, a proof, an enhanced uncirculated, and an uncirculated. And now here's the coins. Wonderfully enough, they put them in capsules to help protect them, much like they did at San Francisco. Thanks, Bob. How you doing? Now, this is just the Denver uncirculated from the 2014 set. These are in 90% silver. So this is the 50th year of the coin in 2014. Now, they could do a 60th anniversary one next year if they wanted to, because they still make them. Not in silver, but all right. The S Mint one in this set is an enhanced uncirculated. Kind of looks like a proof to me. I mean, really, it's got kind of the deep cameo appearance. But when you look at the Philadelphia one and it next to each other, you can see when the light gets on that Philly, you can see how polished and stuff that is. This isn't quite the same. So the Philadelphia one is the proof one in this. And it's nice. I don't see any marks on these coins at all. So I'm happy there. There might be a couple marks in the plastic holder capsule, but this is the key one of the bunch. I don't know if there's any other reverse proof Kennedy half-dollar mint set stuff than this. And I don't know if there's any other West Point ones either. I kind of don't think so. And I was looking up online somewhere that was talking about how many of these were made, individual coins, something like 220,000 of each. Now, how many were in the full box set? I don't know. They might have released some of these individually too, in individual boxes, much like that San Francisco piece. But anyway, this was a really neat looking set, and it wasn't cheap, as you can imagine, because mint sets like this are never real cheap. They typically, I paid less than what the mint originally asked for when they first put this set out, which I believe was $99 when they put it out. So I got it for less than that. Now I've seen people trying to sell them for over $100, $150. I don't know who had the highest price on them that I saw, but you can put whatever price you want on something when you buy it. I don't think I'm selling this anytime soon because this might be the only true reverse proof I have right now. And it being it's a West Point, I don't want to part with this set. I'll sell lots of other stuff before I'll ever sell that. All right, let's go ahead and move this aside for a moment. And talk about Kennedy 40% real quick. Because I did a video for this one, which you look at this, it's a 67. Look how this looks versus a normal 67. Someone took some time and effort to antique this one some, I believe. That's why it looks a little different. Doesn't add any value or nothing. Probably takes some away, but these are only really worth anything past their melt if they're like in real high mint state, which they don't get circulated a whole lot, but these aren't mint state. This one because somebody messed up the surface, and this one because it's got scratches and dirt on it and stuff. It happens. Now, just looking around online, and I found this website where they sell these replica coins, and I ordered a few. I'll have them probably Tuesday. I went back and looked at some more stuff, and if the stuff I looked at truly looks like the picture, it's going to cause problems for a lot of people, because some of this stuff I saw looks like the real thing, but it's a copy or a fake. They sell them as replicas. They don't claim that they're real, but the fact that some of these items, the pictures they had, looked like real stuff is kind of concerning. And if somebody buys it and thinks it is the real thing, they're going to think they got a really big bargain, when in fact what they got was pretty much like a token, not anything worth anything. All right. What else to talk about? Because I haven't really bought a whole lot of silver lately. I'd like to get some more silver bars. Thank you, B squared to the 9th power. How you doing? But this website I'm talking about has all kinds of stuff on it that is replicas, knockoffs, cheap stuff, whatever you want to call it. But some of the things I saw that they had, if they truly look like what they were saying, people are going to be a little bit concerned about buying any of this stuff, because if the fakes look so much like the real thing, then you're going to be like, is that really the real thing or not? Well, you're going to have a skill, and maybe these won't look quite as good as the picture does, or maybe they may have something on them like replica or stamped on it somewhere. If that's on there, then the concern will drop greatly, but I wait to see them, because I ordered some of this stuff just for an educational video, basically. All right. Love these Libertads. The dang premium's pretty high on them, though, lately. So it's probably not something I'm going to buy a whole lot of. You know, and the Silver Eagles, the premium on them is crazy. Now, AG Stacker 1776 here, a sticker, one of them, and is more familiar. Round one with the stars. I sent him some mail once, and he quite nicely sent me back some silver pieces, like this Monarch Egyptian bar. Believe they're poured. It's 3/9 fine silver with Egyptian symbols on it. Thank him very much for that. Tried to send him an A-Mark Liberty Bell, which got ripped out of the envelope somehow. Probably stolen, but we can't really prove anything. He also sent me this poured button with a pirate skull and crossbones on it. Quite like this a lot. It's 10 grams, and 3/9 is stamped right there. Anyway, that's what I'm planning on doing with my channel going forward. I'm going to probably stream a little bit less, try to make prepared longer videos. And if I can get any more interesting looking pieces like this, cheap enough. Now it's pre-World War I German coin, 3 marks. It's interesting looking. I wouldn't buy the stuff from the 30s and 40s, just on principle, even though the reputation wasn't much better then. Oh, who else is out there? Someone's out there viewing. Oh, I do have a quick report about silver from my coin shop. He still had these walkers, some of them, on his card. Well, not card, is a tray. One of them trays that has little slots and stuff to hold these. He had the ones for $14, but he also had this one, which $11.75 is a little bit, yeah. Where'd that one go? You mean stuff like this Mexican, 50 centavos, 0.9027% silver, almost 0.4 ounces worth. Now the thing about this German coin, it's a little bit bigger than that one. It's 90%. It's just a tick under 1/2 ounce, half ounce of silver. It's 0.49 something. Although with the hole in it, that'll take some of the weight off of it. But I didn't pay a whole lot for it. This would have been kind of an expensive coin otherwise, because they didn't really make a whole lot of these. What was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the walker. Had a bunch of walkers for $14. This one was $11.75. Now these staples, I totally dislike it. But if you buy some and your dealer doesn't have the thing to make them flat, you take a pair of pliers and flatten them out. Because if they're not flat, sometimes the staple works out little bit, and it can then scratch the plastic, rip a hole in it, and scratch your coin. And if you have a really good condition one, you don't want to scratch it anymore. This one's worn quite a bit, so probably wouldn't make much difference in that. But you can see that this German coin's a bit more diameter than what our 50 cent is. And you can see it does have some stuff around the rim, and that looks like UNS maybe. MIT. From what I understand, this mint mark means Munich. It's a D. Means Munich, Germany, which is in the Bavaria section, I believe. But that's kind of what I'm going to do going forward. I'm going to probably try to make more prepared, longer videos that aren't much more about 5 or 6 minutes, and see where my channel goes in the next few months. I do want to thank the people who have been watching my videos all along, and I have been picking up a few more subscribers of late than what I was for 3 or 4 months. So I thank those people for coming on board. Duck Bill. Yeah. Letter edging like this. This Libertad here is the older type one. I don't know how well you will see it, but it says Independency Libertad on it. It's kind of hard to see in this holder. I don't want to take it out. But Independency Libertad around the edge. They don't do that with the newer ones. They're reeded. You can see the reading on that. Now, going back to the one website, some of the stuff I saw in there, like I said, I made an order of some silly replica coins. Most of them are kind of silly. Like there's a Bitcoin and a Mayan calendar coin type thing and a few other ones. And some older ones that I think the details are kind of weird on them. So they're kind of like, this isn't a real good replica, but that's probably the point. They didn't want to make it too good. Oh, you have a tube of these? Well, that's cool. What I wish is I had some of the gold ones from back in the day, the 50 peso. Those are cool. They look kind of like this, except they're gold. But anyway, Bob, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever seen the 12 troy ounce statue Libertad that they made? It's made out of sterling, and it's pretty cool looking. I seen a picture of it on Money Metals, I think. And they might not be the only place that sells them. It's 12 troy ounces. It's a troy pound, but it's way over melt, so it's not one of those kind of things you'd ever buy for melt purpose or stacking purpose. It's a statue. You can't really stack statues. But, you know, I always have an eye for coins when I go to my coin shop because he has all kinds of different stuff. And this coin from Argentina has an interesting look to it with the way the dirt sits on it. Well, it's a 20 centavos. It's copper, I believe, or brass or bronze, something. It's not worth anything to speak of. But to me, coin collecting isn't always about coins worth a lot of money. I mean, designs on some of these older coins is one reason why I like them. And this has the pyramid near Mexico City on it. And you can see the name of the pyramid, what they call it. I can't really pronounce it, but it's in the design. And it's a Mexican coin, which I quite like. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to start making more 5 or 6 minute videos covering topics, maybe answering, like a response video to some other channel when they make a show up something and say this is why they do something. I've got a few of them scheduled out or recorded, ready to go in the next week or two. And more shorts are coming too, because some of them get a lot of views and they pick up subscribers. But that's kind of what my goal is in the next month or two. A few less lives. Yeah, I heard about the pill. Them are dinky. I don't have the 3-cent star coin real handy, but them are. I have one that I got. It's worn out pretty bad, but you can still make out the star. They're real thin and they're real small. I mean, the smallest 3-cent star. I mean, it's tiny. I believe this thing is bigger than what the 3-cent star is. It's definitely thicker. That's just a little charm. But anyway, that's my plans going forward. Going to make, probably won't go live much more than about once or twice a week. I mean, this is the first live stream like this I've done in a while. The other ones I did was one I did a real short one about the debt ceiling thing, which apparently they've hammered out some kind of detail, but I don't know whether they can get it passed. Who knows? They have more time to do it. Was going to be June 1st. Now it's going to be like June 5th. Yeah, I bet they bend easy. The 3-cent stars. I mean, they're really thin. Let's see if I can find that real quick. Found it. All right. It is in this bag. Whoa. Right there. Along with a 3-cent nickel, a 5-cent Canadian sterling coin from 1888, and a few other Cuban coin and some stuff. These 3 cents. Hello, Jay Parker. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. See if I can get this out without dumping everything else out. There's the little 3-cent star. Now this particular one's worn out enough you can't see the date. But you can see the little 3 for 3 cents. And I think I paid $2.50 for this, which if it had the date, probably be $30 or $40. I think this might be one of the earliest ones because they started putting rings around the star and other stuff. Not rings, but what I can. Thanks, Jay Parker, for stopping by. But, yeah. Been making a lot of videos lately because I haven't seen recommendations. I know there for a while you didn't make any. All right, you're good. Yeah, well, Bob, if he's got one in a junk pile and he says, I'll let you have it for $2.50, I'd probably buy it again, even without a date. Because with the date, probably 30, 40, $50 maybe. All right, this is a 5 cent sterling coin from Canada. It's bent, and you can tell once I get this up here. You can see how it's bent and worn. Been making a ton of videos. Well, Jay Parker, I like Patriotic Stacker. I saw one of his recommended to me and recently, and I told him in the comments that I haven't seen any video recommends from YouTube for you for a while. He says, well, YouTube hates him. I haven't seen nominations. I'm subscribed to you as far as I know, unless it desubscribed me I'll have to check that after I get done here. But I'm pretty sure I'm still subscribed to you. And oh, Canadian dimes. This is a 1945 with a bit of toning on it. Not a whole lot of wear for being a 45. 80% silver one. It's pretty dark toned. This one has King George on it, of course. I kind of like the Canadian coins like that. The biggest coin in here is a 1915 Cuban coin, 3.5 grams, and it says 0.250. 2.50 or 25% silver, so it's a low silver percentage. I mean, the bigger ones, they were 5 grams and 90%. I've got a few of those Cuban Star coins around, but not super handy. Anyway, that's what I'm going to do on my channel. Probably live stream once a weekend like this, just to give previews to people who do watch my live streams, because I thank people for stopping by. And usually when I do a live stream, I show a preview of stuff that I got. Yeah, the stuff that's real old, the sterling stuff, you're talking about from the teens or older or shit stuff with Queen Victoria on it. When you see her and it's silver, you know it's sterling probably, on Canadian anyway, and probably on Great Britain coins, because they were making all their stuff in sterling until about 19, I think 21 or 22, somewhere around that range. They went to 50%, while Canada went to 80%, and Australia stayed at 80% for a while too, which is interesting. Yeah, I haven't. I've noticed that I do get people unsubscribing sometimes, but my subscriber amount has went up sometimes quicker than others. You mean lurk? I usually just lurk. I have a bunch of Canadian sterling. Yeah, I'd like to get more, but around here, not too much foreign stuff shows up all that often at the coin dealer. And when it does, people buy it pretty quick. So usually when it does, it's something like this. Just, circulated older stuff. And when it is like this coin dealer generally prices it at about melt, and then if silver goes up a little bit before he actually gets it out and sold, you can get it for less than melt, which I did on this one. The day I bought this, its melt was right about $10 for that much silver, although it's slightly worn, so it might come out closer to melt. But I quite like the design. It's interesting. 1880. It's getting back a little ways. Anyway, it's about time to go ahead and bring this down for the night. I thank everyone for stopping by. I'll try to give credit to everybody that stopped by. Let's see. Thanks, Dolls Dolly. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, B squared to the ninth power. And Jay Parker. And everybody have a good night, and I will see you next time.